Hey all, so this video is going to be the largest single source of information about ultimate hunting that there currently is. Now let's get into it. Firstly, massive shout out to the members of the channel. Each and every one of you are absolute legends. Thank you so very much. A very quick disclaimer, I am not going to share any of my opinions in this video. This is purely fact. So firstly, the trailer has not been released yet. We are hoping that it's going to be releasing this year, but we have not got a definite date for it yet. The game, when it releases, will be in a closed beta, followed by early access, which is estimated to be mid to late 2023. There will also be a free demo available for the game. A few months after early access, there will be a full PC release depending on the issues that are found during the early access, and they are hoping to have the consoles release at the same time as the full PC release. However, that is not guaranteed. With regards to the price of the game, they are looking at selling the game for between $15 and $25. The game was developed in Unreal Engine 4 but has been ported across to Unreal Engine 5, which is contributing to the delay since a lot of the stuff has to be reworked due to the porting. The game will use all current standards and technologies, including ray tracing. It will release on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. However, it needs to be noted that the graphics on PS4 and Xbox One will be visibly different. Render distance and graphics will be able to be set manually to make the game accessible for more platforms. There will be 2 maps at launch with 17 species on each map. There will also be 4 NPCs in game. On the California map, there will be Pete and Cam. On the African map, there will be Marjorie and Dejan. Dejan's name might change. We still have not got any clarification on that, but right now the name is Dejan. Each NPC has a specific task. One NPC will be a guide and the other one will run the local store. Both NPCs can give the player missions. There will be multiplayer in the game for up to 16 players. As stated before, each map will have 17 species. The California map will have the American black bear, Thule elk, mountain lion, Colombian black-tailed deer, California mule deer, bighorn sheep, wild boar, pronghorn, American badger, raccoon, wild turkey, ringneck pheasant, snowshoe hare, American crow, mallard, wood duck and California quail. The Africa map will have the African bush elephant, Angolan giraffe, Cape hippo, lion, Cape buffalo, Nile crocodile, blue volibus, common zebra, greater kudu, chukma baboon, blackback jackal, warthog, helmeted guinea fowl, whiteface whistling duck, African savanna hare, Cape ground squirrel and the rock hyrax. With regards to animal models, Ultimate Hunting will have both models that were done by themselves and models that have been bought. After release, and if the game does well, they do plan to change all the models that they've bought to models that they've designed in-house. Animals will age in-game, meaning that there will be babies. Small game and birds will not have babies. However, rabbits will have babies. For birds, there is a chance that instead of babies, there will be nests with eggs. Currently, there is no fixed data on how respawns are going to work. However, we do expect that it's going to be anywhere from a 25 to a 50% respawn rate, meaning that every time you log out and log back in, that percentage will be brand new spawns. With regards to antlers, horns and tusks, they will have random antler and canine generation in the game. The antler generation is being based on real life scans, so the number of species that are going to have randomly generated horns or antlers at launch is not determined yet, because obviously getting real life scans does take time. With regards to fur variations, we do know that some of the species are going to have fur variation in game. When it comes to zebra and giraffe, they are working on getting their patterns randomized, but it has not been developed yet. When it comes to feed zones, rest zones and drink zones, zones will be dynamic, ultimately meaning that there will be certain areas that animals are going to feed, drink or rest, but those areas will move around and they will not be static. Animals will be able to interact with the environment. For example, baboons will be able to climb trees. We also know that they have spoken about interspecies interactions, for example, predator and prey. We've not been given specifics about this yet, so we do not know if a predator is actually going to be able to kill an animal or not. All they have said is that there will be interspecies interaction. How the scoring system is going to work is it's an in-house creation similar to BNC, SCI and CIC. It's going to be based on all three scoring systems. The reason that they cannot choose one specific system is because of licensing. Then, depending on the species, the sensitivity of their sight, smell and hearing will vary. On to weapons. The weapons that have been confirmed to be in game thus far are the 17 HMR, 22 LR, 222, 223, 22 250, 243, 260, 270, 308, 7-8, 300, 25-6, 30-6, 65x55, 7x64, 8x57, 93x62, 300 Win Mag, 338, 375, 7mm, 416 Rigby, 450 Rigby, 500 Jeffrey, 700 Nitro Express, 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. There are also shotguns, ARs, compound bows, long bows, and crossbows. Ballistics will be realistic. For example, wind, distance, barrel length, muzzle brake, ammo weight, and type will all affect your ballistics. Thus far, air guns are not confirmed to be in game. The weapon models that we've been shown so far are compound bows, crossbows, MDR recurve bow, shotguns, ARs. Then we have the Huntberg WT, the Woodmaster K5, the Ruhr Rüssler Titan 6, Cruiser Deluxe, Buckfear 150, 700 Nitro Express, and the 416 Rigby Cape Sleeper. Now, since we're speaking about the 416 Rigby, that brings us on to the point that there will be stock engraving in game. Then when it comes to gear, we will have open sights and scopes. Scopes will work with two aiming options, the quick scope and the full scope. We will also have binoculars and spotting scopes. Lures are broken down into 4 categories. We will have callers, decoys, bait, and scent. When it comes to bait, we've been shown a sweet corn bait and an apple grain mix bait. Callers that we've been shown thus far are duck caller, wood duck caller, cow elk caller. Quick disclaimer, the cow elk caller imitates the sound of a cow elk, so it's used for calling in the bulls. There was just a bit of confusion around that. The elk grunt caller, boar squealer, pheasant caller, and the predator caller. The only decoy that we've been shown so far is the turkey decoy, and the only scent lure we've been shown so far is the Cape Buffalo. We also have blinds in game, and the only blind we've seen up to now is the waterfall blind. When it comes to shot placement, your ammo, caliber, and shot placement matters. The rate of bleeding and the type of blood will be affected by shot placement. For example, a hard shot will have a richer color and more profuse bleeding. A long shot will have air bubbles in the blood, and a poor shot will have reduced bleeding, and the color will also be different. Animals will also react differently to the shot placement. However, they have mentioned that some of the animations will only be added during early access. The animal models will also have the wounds visible after the shot. Now onto vehicles. We have got one known vehicle in the game. However, they have spoken about adding more modes of transport. If you have not already, I do have a video out on the various modes of transport we can expect to see in Ultimate Hunting, so make sure to go and check that out. Then, depending on the type of vehicle, in multiplayer, more than one person can enter the vehicle. Your vehicle can also be used to transport your animal. Now you'll have two options to transport your animal. One option is by yourself, or you can use a quick collect option where one of the NPCs will transport your animal. However, it will cost you money. There will be trophy lodges in the game at launch. There will also be trophy shots. Now with regards to the trophy lodges, for now we are unsure if the trophy lodges are going to be map based or not. However, we do hope that if it is map based, that we are going to be able to put any animal we want into our lodge. For example, you go hunting in California, but you want to put your animals into your African lodge, you should be able to do that, hopefully. Currently, they are speaking about having the game available in 2 modes. The one mode would be more of an arcade style, and the other would be more realistic. Character customization will include the gender, complexion, hairstyle, and color. After full release, they may start using Unreal Engine's MetaHuman creator. You'll also be able to play the game in first and third person. You can customize your clothing, and your clothing choice will affect your hunt. You can also customize your weapons, meaning the barrel, caliber, sights, muzzle, stock, and color. You can also customize your ammo, so you can have different grains, bullet types, broadheads, for example mechanical or fixed blade. They've also shown us some in-game clothing brands, those being Safari Wear, Trail Boss, Tusker, Outdoor Masters, and Muley. Structures that'll be in the game. We have lookout towers that can be used for spotting or resting. There will also be hunting stands. So far we've been shown lookout towers on the African and the California map. and we have seen one hunting stand, which is an elevated hunting stand. Weather will be dynamic, meaning rainwater can fill rivers, ponds and potholes and therefore create temporary drink zones. At launch, the maps will not have any seasons. It is possible, however, they are a very small team, so to try and get all that completed before they have to have the game released is not easy. Other things we know about the game is that there are various animal animations that we've been shown so far, and I'm going to play through a couple of them right now.
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here.
They've also mentioned that if you buy the PS4 version of the game, you should be able to upgrade it for free if you ever get yourself a PS5, and the same for the Xbox One if you ever get yourself an Xbox Series X or S. The game is not compatible for Mac, unfortunately. I do not know if it will be compatible at a later date. There will be an element of PvP in the game. As standard, it'll be turned off. However, the host of the multiplayer will be able to turn it on, and hopefully there will be a notification or an icon turned on which will let you know if this option is active or not. With regards to DLCs, there will be no paid small content DLCs. For example, dogs, weapons or ducks. All DLCs that are paid for will be large DLCs, which will include maps. Then sticking on the DLC subject, most of the DLCs, if the game is successful, will be chosen using either surveys or votes from the community. Now let's get into some of the frequently asked questions. What happens if you shoot an animal and it falls into the water? Currently they're deciding between one of three systems. Either you swim to retrieve the animal drifts to you using a water current, or you've got a lasso to get the animal. Can we swim in the game? Yes. However, you also have to take into account that if you swim, your ammunition is going to be wet, meaning that you are going to have to wait for it to dry out before you can shoot again. This obviously doesn't affect bows. What happens if you cross the edge of the map? There'll be a countdown timer and then you get teleported either back to the edge of the map or to the lodge. Can the HUD be turned off? Yes, it can. What is the size of the map? 50 kilometers squared, so as to avoid dead zones. Can you become injured? Yes, you can. They even spoke about you sometimes potentially becoming the prey depending on where you are and what animals are in the area. How do you change time? At a campsite, lodge, vehicle, or in a watchtower. Will there be tracking dogs in the game? It is on their to-do list, but they have not decided if it's going to be in the base game or not. How many languages will the game be available in? There will be 12 language options: English, Polish, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, Turkish, Portuguese, Japanese, and Korean. They have not specified yet if these languages are going to be audible languages or subtitles only. Hopefully we get an answer on that soon. Will there be microtransactions in the game? No, there will not be any microtransactions in the game. Will there be DLCs? As we mentioned before, yes, there will be DLCs depending on the success of the game. Will there be non-typicals in the game? This is possible to implement due to the random antler generator, but they have not confirmed if it's going to be added yet. Will there be crafting in the game? No, there will not be crafting. Will there be ultra rare animals in the game? There will be rare animals in the game, but they will spawn at an extremely low rate. They will be truly unique, but will not require any grinding. What are the animal variances we can expect? All animal size, weight, trophy, and at times fur will be randomized. Can we retrieve our arrows? This is as of yet undecided, but some might be able to be retrieved. Will there be horses in the game? This is also undecided. Will there be a bullet cam in the game? So far they've said no to the bullet cam, however they are discussing it internally since the community has requested it a lot. If they do include it in a later update, then they're considering adding it with the option to turn it on or off. Will there be loadouts in the game? Yes, there will be loadouts in the game. Can we expect thermal and night vision? This should be available after the full release. Will there be character progression? Yes, there will. Are there feeders in the game? Thus far it's undecided, but it might be added. Will there be traps? No. No traps in the game. Are there going to be tree stands? At some point, however, they're not sure if it's going to be at launch. Now folks, this is all the info we've got so far on Ultimate Hunting. I'm considering doing another video where I go more in depth on the weapons. Let me know down in the description if that is what you want. Also, let me know down in the description which you are looking forward to the most with regards to the game. And if you've got any questions, drop them down below and I will try and get them across to Raf from Ultimate Hunting and see if we can get some more answers. I cannot promise anything though. Now if you found this video useful, please feel free to share this video with anyone that you feel might be interested in the game. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.